Hello traders and welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the week of August 11th, 2019. We're looking here at the dollar index, and you can see that we had a sold off here in the dollar index here, still in this rising channel here, and we kind of had a gap up to go ahead and open up this week. This week is certainly going to be interesting. Looking at the news cycle, we have inflationary data coming out for the States and the British pound, as well as other economies as well, and we're going to have retail sales coming out for the States later on in the week in the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. But the focus really going to be on the U.S.-China trade relations and how that's going to go ahead and shake out. So the market could really go one way or another based on that rhetoric, and it certainly seems to be escalating with a lot of tensions around the world and whatnot. So could certainly see the dollar continue to sell off if the administration continues to try to talk it down. Could see it rise. So a lot of different scenarios that you're gonna have to really be on your toes here, especially this week and probably subsequent weeks as well. But going into the chart here again, right here in the middle of this rising wedge for this week, you can see it had a little bit of a gap up. Currently watching this level here, 97.58 to see how it's going to react. And on a daily time frame, can't really see it here on a weekly, but it can certainly act as an area of support or resistance. And you can see we're bumping up right up against it. Most likely, you could see if we start to move higher, retest this 98.35 area as resistance and support in this market. Right now, it's at 96.30. So again, could go one way or another, but still in this rising channel here. And last week, we did have a pretty down week here when it comes to the dollar. Could see a resumption of that, or could see a rise here. So be prepared for either way. Going into the Eurodollar here, watching a couple levels here, you can see it made a lower low but bounced off this. We can see if we continue to see further dollar weakening here, could see 112.84, and extreme dollar weakening would see 114.12 here on the week as resistance. Support here in this market though is at 111.14, and if this does break, I would watch this low here at 110.24, but beyond that 109.14 would be a next key level to go ahead and watch. On the previous week, printed a nice hammer candle here. We'll see if we got a little bit of follow through here. We'll see if that goes ahead and continues and see further dollar weakening here. Going into the pound, just selling off here. It kind of looks like a one-way train here at this point. Right now, watching 121.20 and 123 for resistance. Support in this market here is at 119.79, 120 the figure pretty much, and beyond that 117.81. If there continues to be no deal Brexit, that seems to be the consensus right now. They could certainly see this decline even further. Dollar yen. Again, almost looks like a one-way train here as well. If we see any rebound here, if there's more risk off here, then you could see this certainly start to tumble down to this 104.70 or even 103.06 area as support. If we do see more of a risk-on type of scenario here, where you see trade relations maybe mending or kind of de-escalating here a little bit, you can certainly see 106.84 here as resistance. So currently watching that 106.84 and 104.70 here as the key areas kind of bracketing this market. Aussie dollar here traded down here pretty aggressively. You can see this printed a really nice hammer candle here. Yet to see if we can see any follow through here. Right now watching resistance here at 68.32 and beyond that 69.09 here for resistance. Support in this market currently is at 67.27. If that does indeed break this low here, 66.76 would be the next area of support. Beyond that 65.52. So a few levels to go ahead and watch. Aussie has been selling off here for quite a bit. So we could see a relief based off this hammer candle, see more of a upward bias going into this week, but we need to see some follow through here on this candle. A green candle would have been better here, but we'll still need to see some follow through to go ahead and confirm that. Kiwi dollar, again selling off here pretty aggressively. Nice little rejection here off the 63 or 64 level that we discussed, I believe, last week. Continue to watch this level for support. Resistance, or currently close resistance here is at 64.92 and beyond that 66.08. If we have a resumption of this trend to the downside, watch 62.44. Dollar CAD, again a nice rejection candle here. Could certainly see the CAD start to strengthen if we get any follow through. We'd like to see this as more of a red candle here, but nonetheless you do have that rejection off of 133.19, our level we've been talking about. Watching that for resistance, and beyond that 134.16. Support in this market would be at 130.40. Euro yen. You can see it try to bounce off this candle or this low down here. Still looking pretty heavy though, and it looks like it could certainly continue this move to the downside or even maybe go sideways here. Watching 116.36 for support. Current support here is right around this 118.30 level here, the current price. We'll see if this can hold up. Looks fairly weak right now. You can see if that can hold up, but resistance right now is at 119.90. Aussie yen. Watching that low, that flash crash low here at 71. The figure here for support, if that does break, watch 69.40. Resistance right now is at 73.23. Pound yen, just like the other yen cross, is looking pretty heavy here, especially with the pound. Watching this 120, this 126.23 level, 20 level here for support. Beyond that, 122.24. Resistance is at 132.26, but again, looking pretty heavy and pointing towards the downside here. That's our weekly Forex forecast for the week of August 11th, 2019. Good hunting out there and happy trading.